So let's get this party started.
Whoop, whoop.
Welcome back to Starting Now. I'm your host, Jeff Sarris.
And I'm Amara Andrew.
Yes, it worked. I didn't say anything. I just wanted to see how you would respond and if you would say who you were.
Staring at me. I was like partially inclined to just be like awkward silence.
Yeah, just staring into your soul.
It's like Craig Ferguson's awkward pause.
But yeah, so this is Side Hustle Saturday. And this is the show.
Happy Saturday!
Woo!
We survived the week.
I like when you turn to the camera, just because the audio version has no idea what you're doing.
Well, yeah, because, I don't know. Sorry, my zipper's like stuck. Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't matter. You can't see it. But yeah, I don't know. I want to give something special to our visual watchers.
The visual
watchers.
But yeah.
And I want to address the table. Don't mind it.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, on Amara's YouTube channel.
Yeah, I am currently working. I've been working from home for over a year now, which still like blows my mind. So I have all of my work stuff on the table. So don't mind it.
Yeah, speaking of, we have an all-new set going on here, which is really exciting. So we've moved into...
I jumped the gun.
No, but we've moved into the living room where Amara normally works. We're right next to your desk.
Yeah.
But we got this little foldable, collapsible table, which I think is really cool.
It's really neat.
The only thing right now that's irking me is
Steve
I
Urkel?
forgot. Yeah, Steve Urkel. He has bothered me since...
He's been Urkeling me from day one.
But yeah, the only thing is I didn't remember that B&H hadn't sent the other mic stand yet because I had to exchange one because it was wobbling.
Yeah.
So now I have my big boom arm on this little table. So it looks, if you're watching on the video, you can see this, but I'm a little...
He's compensating for something.
For what?
Your arm span? Keep it PG.
But yeah, so this is a little awkward having the big boom arm on here, but hopefully next week we'll have the completion of this little set. But I don't know. I like it so far. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, minus your big boom arm.
But yeah,
get your big arm out of here.
And it's funny, Alpha's back there. I don't know if you can see him on the camera, probably not. But he's probably going to be more of a part of this show now that we'll shoot from in here. But yeah, what do we do?
We'll get him a little microphone. We'll get him a little setup, and he'll sit right here.
That'd be funny.
That'd be so cute.
But yeah, so what do we do on Side Hustle Saturday?
We do tweets.
No, well,
we do tweets.
So once a week, normally starting now, if you're listening to the podcast feed, it's normally where I interview entrepreneurs to reveal the unexpected paths to entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So I have that like cadence. I say it for my intro.
I wasn't going to point it out, but I was like, the paths to entrepreneurship.
I think it's also because I'm trying to enunciate things in my intro, because too many times I'm like, well, that's starting out. And I'm like, oh, that didn't work. And I'm like, I'm not drinking. And this is like, if you're watching, 2 weeks in a row, I am
pure whiskey.
I am all about this cold brew with some Topo Chico.
It's so good. I've
really
been
enjoying
obsessed with it. I do have cold brew sort of decaf with coconut milk, and it is quite yummy.
So yeah, so we dive into starting a side hustle, like you starting your first side hustle, and talking about really what we're both up to and just having fun with this. I've been looking forward to this. Fun. Okay, good. But as long as I'm having fun, that's all that matters. Yeah.
Typical
I've
man.
been really looking forward to this. No, but I've really been looking forward to it because I don't know. I really enjoyed the last two that we've done. This is only the third episode, but it's nice to have a different kind of show. This is really, starting now is really just like a testing ground where we can experiment with things and see what we want to do and how we want to move forward. It's typically my show, but now I like that we have a shared show, and I get to highlight what you're doing.
Well, and it's different too because you're talking to somebody like flesh and blood in person versus on a Zoom call. Like, it's totally a different experience. So yeah, I don't know.
Definitely.
It's just fun. I like it.
Well, yeah.
And everything else I'm doing is very solitary. So I like having this, I don't know. I feel like I work better having like another person there to like bounce jokes off of, if you can even call them that.
Oh, there's plenty of jokes. I mean, we're in the same house. We're just at different corners of
like literally.
Space. Yeah. Different corners facing the same direction. You stay in your
corner, I'll stay in mine.
It's like we both have pretty wide cubicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we should call them.
Pretty wide cubicles.
PWC. Pretty wide cubicles.
Okay, so
our favorite part of the show.
Yeah, so to
besides all of it,
start off the show, we have a segment that we call Unfinished Headlines.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, it's fun. And the reason, what I was working on before is this.
It's time for Unfinished Headlines.
Headlines.
Headlines. Time for Unfinished
Headlines.
You're supposed to leave it unfinished. You get it? Because it's
So there's our intro. We have an intro for Unfinished Headlines.
That was from the other day, wasn't it? What?
It was from the last episode. I just cut it out of there.
I thought it was just something I was singing around the house.
Oh, no. So what I really wanted to do was
I love that.
I wanted to add music underneath it. So before we do Unfinished Headlines, what do you say we record our jingle live right now? You were so excited. You were all choked up. You love the idea.
I was not on purpose. Sure.
Do you want to do it?
Sure.
Because I think it'll be fun.
Sorry.
It might be. It will be really bad. So it's even better.
So are we singing
we're going to,
the same thing?
We're going to do. I have a few tracks that we can work on our jingle on
Train
top
tracks,
of.
railroad.
So let's see how this goes here. Let me just make sure the volume is looking okie dokie. So you ready for this?
Sure. Unfinished headlines, yeah. It's time for unfinished headlines, yeah. We're gonna read some news articles and try to fill in the blanks. You don't know where it's gonna go. I hope we don't end up on planks. Unfinished headlines. Unfinished headlines. Yeah. This is the part of the show where we get to make all the dough. We love doing this and it's a fact. I don't know what I'm doing now. Head back.
This is a great idea. I love this. I'm just going to be watching you do this. I don't know. This is what we do normally.
I think I just offended a bunch of people.
Oh, I don't think
in
so
their
at all.
ears.
I think that was perfect. So yeah.
Thank you. I like making up songs.
Well, all the time we're just doing that, and we're rhyming all the timing. Very cool, like that.
Cat.
Hat.
Bat.
What was that? I did not hear what that was.
Good. Use your imagination.
But yeah, so that's the first potential jingle. But I have a few tracks.
That actually went smoother than I
well.
thought.
I
had no idea that was going to happen, just FYI.
So I want to play a few more.
Okay.
See how it goes.
Uh-oh.
I went for a few different vibes.
It's going to digress now.
We need to have a few vibe potential intros for this.
Okay. I don't like your smirk.
Whoops. Let's get the volume going here.
Jeff and Amara are looking to make some headlines. I didn't get the vibrate. Wow, this is a different song.
Unfinished
headlines. This is a weird song.
It's really hard to do anything on top.
I thought it was going to go one way, and it totally went the other way. Is this the same song?
Unfinished headlines. You love that one. You're just like, you're speechless. You're like, I don't know what to do with that.
I love the syncopated whatever, where it's like arrhythmic.
I like how this is so not anything about side hustles or entrepreneurship, but I don't know. It's just fun.
Well, yeah.
I just wanted to do something different. This is for us. Hopefully people are listening. If you're not listening, I don't know how you're hearing me say this.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Welcome to ASMR.
You ready for the next
I
one?
am ASMR.
Do you want to do a couple
Oh my God,
more?
I have like the perfect name for ASMR.
Oh yeah, that's funny. We have another side hustle.
See?
We'll have to work
building
it out.
them
Uh-huh.
as we speak.
Okay, so, and we're going to get to these headlines in a minute, but do you want another similar vibe?
As the last one?
Uh-huh.
Fuck no.
Too bad.
Headlines. Unfinished. Unfinished headlines.
Wait for the drop.
Headlines. Finished. Headlines.
Headline.
Drinking wine. What is that blank? Put it in there.
Stank. Okay, yeah, this is not the vibe for either of those. Are not the vibe for this.
I mean, I think I crushed the first one,
first
so I was
one
like,
was
I don't
so
even
good.
need to worry about
But
anything
I had a
else.
few options, so I want to go with one.
I mean, those other two were
Well,
like,
just wait.
there's more?
This will be better. But wait, there's more.
Oh, fuck.
Ready? It's
mail.
unfinished. It's unfinished.
Headlines!
It's unfinished. Finished. This is the one we finished the headlines. Unfinished headlines.
You never sing, and I like this. It's fun. I'm just screaming at the microphone. I sound like a deaf tone. Screaming at unfinished headlines. You never sing, so that was really fun. I'm crying now.
Oh, yeah, there's a reason I never sing. So,
That was great.
but yeah, I thought that was
Headlines!
a good vibe, huh?
I liked it.
Let's try one more. I know this is a lot, but I don't
Okay.
know. I just like
One
it.
more. There's a mail.
Headlines.
You just say the same word over and over. Have more lyrics. Browsing through the Twitter and on news pages looking for what was gonna be all the rages, trying to find the story. Unfinished headlines. That's what we're looking for.
Looking for.
Unfinished headlines going out the door. That was better.
Yeah, that was a good.
It wasn't good, but
No, I liked it. But yeah, so we have a few options there.
yeah,
for
we'll
next
just
week, and
switch those
see.
out.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so
That was fun.
yeah, on to the actual headlines. Do you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
go first, or should I go first?
I'll go first this time because you went first last week. Let's finally settle this. Are blanks bad for the environment?
Let's finally settle this. Are
Colon.
blanks bad for the environment? Smiles?
Yeah, they're, all those world reports where it's like, smiles are killing the ozone layers. Stop it.
Okay, so let's
And I'm
see.
like, ha ha ha.
What could be bad for the environment?
Use your noodle.
Could be cars, which seems pretty on the nose, so it doesn't seem like something you'd go for. We have cars, we have space shuttles, we have dogs, we have cats, we have humans.
Now you're just naming
have-
everything on the planet. Literally.
Okay, I'll say, are light bulbs bad for the environment?
Are avocados bad for the
Oh
environment?
no, that's not good. That's much worse than I thought.
Spoiler alert, yes.
Uh-oh.
Which I feel bad because I order a shit ton of avocados every week because I like them.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it takes a lot of water. Is that it?
Yeah, water, and it's just not good for... Oh, we watched that Rotten series where
Netflix.
it takes a shit ton of water, shit ton of time and effort, and like the farmers aren't compensated fairly, and there's the whole what am I trying to look for? The avocado militia or
Cartel?
not militia? Yeah, there we go.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so there you go. Enjoy.
Okay, thank you.
Well, so yeah, it made me think like I need to stop buying as many avocados just because. I mean, I don't buy like 100 of them, but I buy like 6.
Well, yeah, and when we have guac, sometimes you
go a little
put together
overboard.
maybe 6 of them in our.
I don't know. I don't want them to go bad.
Good. Oh, definitely, and it's. I mean, it's
guac.
really good. That is the thing we can definitely overdo it on avocado. So yeah, maybe it's something to consider. Mine is a little different, just a slightly different headline.
Oh God.
Italian Mafia fugitive.
Jesus. Just a little different.
Yeah, just a little different.
Well, mine have to deal with the cartel, so
yeah, there you go.
Close-ish.
So, Italian Mafia fugitive is captured after authorities discover.
One word?
Mm-mm. I don't like giving clues, but what could they discover?
I mean, they could discover anything. You have to at least give me how many words?
Italian Mafia fugitive is captured after authorities discover, and there are 4 more words.
After Italian Mafia fugitive is discovered.
Is captured. After authorities discover.
Him hiding amongst rubble. No,
Rubble.
Him hiding under a porch. Do they have porches in Italy?
Is a porch one word?
Yeah, a porch. It's Italian. You've never heard of a porch?
It was actually hiding under banana leaves. No.
I want to say he was hiding. So
okay.
Him hiding.
Mm-hmm.
At home?
Italian Mafia fugitive is captured after authorities discover him hiding at home. That's your final answer?
No. I'm working it out.
Okay.
Him hiding. Oh my God. It's like not even going to be him hiding. I already know it. I can see it in your eyes. Him hiding near authorities.
Mm-hmm.
Sexy.
You clearly don't know what type of headline I'm going for.
I knew it. It's going to be like after they discover ice cream was invented and whatever.
You're surprisingly slightly on the right track.
Shut the fuck up. Really?
Ever so slightly.
Oh.
Ready? Ready to put your drink down?
Yeah.
Okay. Italian Mafia fugitive is captured after authorities discover his YouTube cooking channel.
Sorry. Wait, so what a stupid motherfucker might I just add? You're a mafia fugitive.
Uh-huh. Italian Mafia fugitive.
And you're making a fucking YouTube channel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
his
my
spaghetti,
God.
He's making a killing with his spaghetti.
I'm a little offended at this because I am part Italian. What are you doing? My nose just dribbled a little.
Yeah, I really hope that
he
introed his recipes with, I don't know about you, but I would kill for some of this spaghetti right here.
So I wonder if he had what the fuck, like a stage name or something for his YouTube channel. If it was like, hi, my name's Johnny Smith, and it's like, my name's Johnny Smith, and it's like, you're clearly not Johnny Smith.
I guess what he tried to do was only show his hands, and he did that.
So he didn't show his face.
So that's what he went for.
I was thinking it was like, hey,
no, I know.
How's it going?
Uh-huh. Well, that's what's so funny. Like, I love just the headline left unfinished like that, but I guess he was trying to use his hands, but he's all tatted up.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
But he's all tatted up.
Oh.
So then they recognized his tattoos, and that's how they tracked him down. But
my God.
I love how everyone, no matter who you are, like people are dying to be like on YouTube and build their platform. It's just funny because it's the number one.
I do admire that he was making a cooking show. Like that's really fun.
Well,
I like
it's
that.
So funny too, right? Just
but also, I would like put on gloves or something and just be like, oh, it's just for handling the food or whatever, just to make up something. Because your tattoos are so unique. Like not everybody's going to have the same tattoos, and especially on your hands. Like how many people do you know with hand tattoos? I know maybe a handful. Well,
what's that bird sound? How'd that get in here?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just flying around. Ah! See, there it goes.
But yeah, so that's unfinished headlines for today.
I like that. Aw, I feel a little bad for him. All he wanted to do was teach you how to cook. Some mozzarella.
yeah, like Jim Jeffries would do.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Hey, welcome to our restaurant. We have a nice dish for you tonight with some mozzarella.
I love how he does that joke. It's so funny. All the neck movements and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd get whiplash.
All right, so we should probably move on to
side
what we're here to talk about. Yeah, side hustles. And we're 20 minutes in. We're just just goofing around. But see, this is why I like this. It's an experiment. It's us just having fun and
and we're just gonna see what happens.
And also,
what?
It's a what? What did I just say it is?
An experiment?
Yeah, that actually sounded more like I say it.
Experiment.
See, that's how you normally say it. Experiment, like spearmint gum.
That's how normal people say it. So
I still can't believe I did a poll because I say experiment.
You did. We did.
Or we both did. Yeah, I say experiment and you say experiment, and
I
really thought that was just so strange. But then it was perfectly split down the middle of people who say experiment versus experiment.
Like, it was literally 50-50 on the results. And I was like, God fucking damn it. I was like, I am right, and I know it. But my mom says experiment, which I was like, okay, well then where the hell did I meant we should call my dad and figure out how he says it.
Oh,
sorry.
How he what?
How he says it.
See, this is what's fun is we literally could. Because I could pipe in anything. You could connect your phone to this. I don't know.
Oh my God.
There's so much potential
fun.
with this. I really like doing this.
Yeah, I would want to make sure my dad's okay with that before calling him.
Yeah, that's all you
next
say.
Time.
You're on 2 Bears, 1 or starting now. He's going to be like, what the hell is this?
I love that
what
Bert just calls anybody and everybody. Yeah, my dad would just be so confused, like, what's a podcast?
But yeah, so let's see. What do I have?
Stuck.
Yeah, you're just tinkering with that
That's
the whole time.
Stuck. I don't know why. Shit zipper. I'm just gonna leave that. It's bothering me.
But yeah, so we are. So what have you been up to this week?
Nothing.
No, but you've been doing stuff because it's Easter. Tomorrow's Easter.
Yeah. So, God, yeah. What have I been doing this week? This week has just like flown by for me.
Well, you came in the other day and you were just like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make an Easter mocktail.
Yeah. Oh, well, on Sunday, I like made a whole variety of stickers, and I like spent pretty much almost the whole day like taking photos for them and posting them to my Etsy shop, and like making them first and foremost and then doing all that. So that took like a huge chunk of Sunday. And then, yeah, I've been working on scripts for a couple other videos that I hope to record soon, just time permitting, and it's lighter out later, which is really nice because then I can actually record after I'm done with work, because otherwise it's like pitch black, or I have to record everything on the weekend, and that's like not really fun to do. Yesterday evening I recorded an Easter mocktail video because I was like, fuck it, I want to make something special for Easter. And like, you and I are both not religious.
Yeah, not at
all. But we still like to celebrate holidays because that's fun, and celebrate with friends and family and have delicious food. And I personally love themed stuff. Like, that is my guilty pleasure. Like, that's why I like tiki bars, even though it can be a little problematic just with some of the decor that they choose to draw upon.
It's your open pleasure, though, not even guilty pleasure.
Yeah,
you
not even.
That.
I'm just like, I love it. So yeah, I like making mocktails for any kind of holiday that we choose to celebrate. So Easter is just one of them this year.
Yeah, and it's just a fun little thing. You were going to do it just for us. And then I was like, you have to record it. You have to, because that's there's no reason not to.
Yeah. And it went totally different than I thought.
Well, and that's the beauty too, is we've talked about this a lot, and we'll probably come back to this over and over on this show specifically, but it's the journey that people really like to follow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's partially why I wanted to just tinker and record stuff at the beginning of this show, because the polish doesn't matter. Like, that's not what people aren't here to hear.
Fun.
Yeah.
Like, to just do whatever.
Then they don't just want to see the result. Like, oh, I spent 6 months developing this recipe. Now let me tell you exactly how to do it.
Yeah.
It's more fun to be like, oh no, I'm spending tonight. I'm going to figure out how this will work. I know what I want it to be, which I really liked what you sort of explain a little bit of the your vision for what you wanted to do with it.
So I kind of wanted it to be an Easter basket, and besides giant chocolate bunnies, jelly beans were like always my favorite candy that I would get for Easter. And so I kind of wanted to have like it be like a little Easter basket with the jelly beans in it. So like the actual mocktail would be jelly bean flavored. And then the rim on the martini glass would be reminiscent of like the grass that you get in your Easter baskets. So should I like tell the recipe? Or?
Yeah, you might as well.
Okay. Yeah, so the rim was shredded coconut mixed with matcha, which turned out so well.
Yeah, it looks really good.
So like I said in my video, it looks more realistic than the grass that's actually in your Easter baskets. Like, it legitimately looked like little grass shavings, so that was really fun. So yeah, it was shredded coconut mixed with matcha, and then the mocktail, I was originally going to do dragon fruit as the base of it because I love anything dragon fruit flavored, but I didn't think, or it didn't click with me, that dragon fruit is normally mixed with other fruits and other flavors because it's so bland as a flavor.
Yeah, I mean, it has less flavor than like a watermelon even, it seems like.
Oh yeah, like there's literally next to no flavor.
Yeah,
It has
sweetness.
Like slightly sweet. It's like a really bland kiwi, but I really like it. I think it's good. And I was mostly using it for the color because it has this beautiful pink color. Like I personally hate the color pink. I know you enjoy the color pink.
Well, I don't like Easter pink.
Yeah.
I like a punchy, pinky purple with black. That's always my go-to. Like, the Spire color is essentially black with pink.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm okay with it, but even like any kind of pink I don't really like, but the dragon fruit I thought would look really pretty as like a jelly bean color. And that did not fucking turn out. It was just like, I should have thought about it, but it was just essentially pinkish sugar water. So, so then I was just like, oh fuck, this isn't turning out. And then I tried like raspberry simple syrup instead, and then did that with lemon juice and water and a little bit of orange bitters, and then we got it. Like, it tasted like a jelly bean.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Mostly. Oh, and then a little bit of Topo Chico on top just for the alcohol kind of vibe.
Well, yeah, and it breaks up the tartness, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it'll get you, like, right in the back where it's like,
But yeah, so you're going to be editing that and getting that out there, ideally, like, later today, before Easter, like, happens, or on Easter or whenever. But I don't know. I really like that.
Well, yeah, hopefully today.
Yeah, I really hope that quick. I really like that quick turnaround because...
Well, and there's kind of no reason to just sit on it. Well, and especially for an Easter video because it's like tomorrow.
But then, like, what I end up doing is I'll shoot something and make it so much bigger than it needs to be. In terms of, like, in my mind, it's like, oh, this is going to take me days to edit. This is going to do this.
Well, that's what I did with my first YouTube video, which I still have never put out there. Because it was a test of colored lens sunglasses, because like during the winter I get really depressed here and it's just not fun, because I am from a place where it's sunny all day every day forever, and I moved here to one of the darkest places I've ever encountered. So yeah, my mood just really dips down in the winter time, so I was like, oh, maybe like colored lens sunglasses would help. And yeah, that was such a big project and I wasn't really quite sure of how to go with it, and then you suggested, oh, just shoot for like a week instead of a month, because it was going to be a month-long experiment. And then even then I didn't quite get it to where I wanted it to be, but it was fun. Like, it was just a test. It's why I got my camera, which is what we're shooting on, which is why I looked over there. And it just, it was like a good test to see what it was like to shoot something with that kind of a narrative instead of like, I don't know.
Well, and you shot I mean, that's not the only video you haven't published. I mean, there's even the Christmas shed and different things that'll probably, you'll probably
I'll do
edit
that in
it
July.
later.
Christmas in July.
There you go.
Perfect. Done.
But eventually all these videos will come out.
Yeah.
But it's the systematizing of things to the degree that it doesn't take away from the art.
Yeah.
So the reason I have, like, if you're watching this, you can see that I have, this is a Rodecaster, and I do all the podcasts on the Rodecaster now. Before I had a really, really simple setup. I just used the shotgun mic, which is something you would use like on top of a camera or overhead. I used what I already had with that. I had an adapter to plug it into this little audio recorder. Then I would bring it all into the computer later, split the tracks, and I would do compression and do all these different things to make it sort of get it up to snuff.
Yeah.
But I realized that was taken away from my enjoyment of having to edit, because like I enjoyed the conversations and I wanted to talk to more people and engage with more people and do more with regards to podcasting. So I had to find the system that worked for me, that got the parts out of my way that I didn't want to have.
Right.
And so then the art side of it, however you want to call it, like whatever type of art you want to call it, because it's still...
Well, yeah, it is a form of art.
Well, yeah, and it's an art and a practice that I'm still refining and figuring out my place. Each week I feel like I get just a little bit better. Yeah. I had mentioned, like, I feel like my lizard brain is... it's sort of working out some details. I'm not like consciously aware of doing things differently, but I can just sort of tell that week after week it's progressing, which is what I want it to do.
For sure. Well, yeah, and just making those adjustments so then it's easier for you to make your art. Like, that's something where I fully agree that no matter your skill, like, what's the saying where it's just like, well, it's not like your tools, it's how you can draw, like your expertise and your skill level in it. Mm-hmm. But I think it is also your tools, because if your tools are inhibiting your progress or your production or something, like, that does inhibit how you can actually proceed with making art.
For sure. And see, this is the thing. It's a balance we have to strike.
Yeah.
So,
because you can't solely rely on and be like, oh, well, once I get that camera, I can start doing whatever. It's like, well, no, just work with what you have now, and then when you can, then get the better piece of equipment. But don't stop. Don't be like, oh, well, once like, we've talked about this, and you've talked about this with a couple of your friends. But just like, don't wait until, oh, if I only had X, I could do X. Uh-huh. Like, that's not how it works. Just do it and just be like, well, it looks like shit now, but like, it looks like it's shot on a potato.
I like your algebra. So if we replace X with camera, if I only had a camera, I can do a camera.
Hey, I did not do well in algebra. I did well in geometry.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Just, shapes and shit.
Uh-huh.
Got that.
But that is the thing. So there's no reason to wait. Like, just get started with what you have.
You will die one day. I'm sorry to inform you, but just do it. Like, who gives a fuck what anybody else is going to think?
And we all have our phones. Like, I mean, anyone listening to this certainly has a smartphone with a camera.
Yeah.
You can set it up. You can start recording. You can record your audio. You can have a podcast, a one-person, a multi-person podcast with just a phone. You don't need anything else.
Go to your local library, and they probably have a video camera that you can rent, or try it with a sister library or something.
So one of the conversations I had this week was with John Vaughn, and when he started his SEO company, so SEO is search engine optimization, he didn't even own a computer. So he started a business about optimizing your website for search and sold his first client with only a phone.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, but it also shows it's like there's nothing holding us back anymore. Like this soundboard that I have is only a few $100, $400, whatever it is, it's a big expense, like, to start out. But something like this was never accessible for just normal people. You would have a huge soundboard. You need a professional who's experienced in it. This just works. I mean, playing the music earlier from my phone over Bluetooth to it, it's amazing.
Like, everything just blows my mind. I'm just like, how amazing is all of this stuff that we've created and made? I just saw something on Twitter this morning that said, it just was a huge list. I don't remember who tweeted it, but it was like, these things didn't exist 20 years ago. Literally everything that we use all day today. Like,
oh yeah.
It blows my mind, because I'm 28, so I was 8 years old at the time for that. So I wasn't a fully developed human to like really notice stuff. It was just like, well, this is just it.
Well, and we've talked about that, how technology has cranked up. It's exponentially progressing.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, you think like when the Model T came out. Like that time period, like that was a huge thing, a huge moment in time of progress and things. Do you need the audio turned up or anything? Or
no, they keep popping out. So.
Oh, okay. Make sure you have them. We're using in-ear headphones, so this is your first time using them. Yeah. Make sure they're turned far enough forward, just wherever they feel like they fit correctly in the ear hole.
I think they do.
Okay.
I can't really tell. Oh, we'll figure this out later.
Yeah, and then when you have the wire tucked behind your ear here. Okay, cool.
But yeah, with the Model T, like it's really funny because history does repeat itself, like, which is so obvious, but in the early 20th century, like, you had all of these technological advancements in such a tiny window. Like, you had, in the late 19th century, you had the department store, and then you had, like, the sewing machine after that, and then you had, like, a washer and dryer, which came a little bit later, but then you had a vacuum cleaner. Like, you had all these things, which I know those are just mostly, like, household things, but that frees up time for people, like, who were stuck in the house doing all that
I just
shit.
wanted to make a really misogynistic joke. No, but you did
favorite.
You did list all the, like, the house things, but that is true.
Yeah, because those are huge.
Oh, yeah, and it all happens around the same time. Mm-hmm. But then what's crazy now is because
But then, like, you could go out and take a ride for fun in a car because you had that free time now.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, like, they're like big idea developments, I feel like, where now it's all the refinement. So, like, when the internet came around and then cell phones and things, those were big ideas. But now it's all the refinement within there. So we have, like, artificial intelligence. We have cryptocurrency, like, all these things that we've talked about it maybe on the show. I don't know, or just between the two of us. But something like NFTs, non-fungible tokens, they're essentially artwork on the blockchain, which the blockchain is how cryptocurrency works, like Bitcoin and things. When NFTs blew up a few weeks ago, it felt like it was all the rage, and then a few days later, it was flooded. Mm-hmm. Everyone had published an NFT.
And it's funny because now I haven't heard a damn thing about NFTs, which it's like, oh my God, is that already, like, done with?
Yeah.
To be honest, though, I haven't sought that information out,
for sure.
But it's just funny.
Yeah, and it's not going away. Yeah. But it's just interesting how things hit the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
They're a huge shift, but then they're immediately just normalized. Mm-hmm. And so we're at this really rapid development stage in our, like, tech world that, it really blows my mind.
Well, and I feel like I'm constantly jonesing for, like, new stuff too, where it's like, okay, come on, people, like, what's new now? Which I think that's with everybody. Like, same with, like, my attention span is much shorter than it was a couple years ago.
We don't really watch documentaries that are longer than an hour anymore.
We were just talking about this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot sit and watch a 2-hour movie. Like, Lord of the Rings is an exception because I just love those movies.
But you haven't watched that in how many years?
Oh, since I was a kid, like a really long time. And yeah, I don't have 2 hours to expend upon that. Like, it's not something where I'm like, oh, you know what I want to do? I want to spend 2 hours sitting and watching this.
Yeah.
Like,
and you do have the time, you have the opportunity, but
But then my mind is racing the whole time, like, no, you have to do this, you have this to do, you have these things that you need to do, or, like, I want to do instead.
That's what I was going to ask. So the want versus need. I just had a weird deja vu, like we've done this before right here.
I had that too.
Like,
did we just go through a parallel universe?
So that is weird how that you really felt that?
I seriously did. Like, when I watched that guy ride by, I had that feeling of like, oh.
That's weird.
So we just, something about our universes, like, ours and something else just crossed. Weird.
Yeah, that's interesting. Huh. Okay, so.
Welcome back.
Yeah, that just put the brakes right on everything.
Yeah, so anyway, fuck that.
No, so yeah, maybe we just move on to the next thing. So I just wanted to sort of recap a little bit what I'm up to. This was us going through everything you're up to, but
yeah, I didn't even finish.
Yeah, well, we'll jump back in 1 second.
Yeah, it doesn't
so
matter.
This is the 9th episode of a podcast I'm recording in the last 3 days.
Yeah, you had quite a busy week.
Yeah, but I'm really liking it, like a lot. So I recorded 2 episodes of Starting Now of this show, but the interview version. And then, 3 episodes Yeah, 3 episodes of Started Now. This will be the 4th. And then 5 episodes of the Kidney Stone Diet.
Damn.
And sort of back to that systematizing things, having all the audio produced and ready to go for me in this board. Like, I mean, like if you're watching this or listening, everything you've heard, all the music, everything, I'm playing in real time. I'm not going back in and splicing anything in later and doing stuff, which is a huge time saver. Mm-hmm. And this even exports all of the tracks. It exports them together as an MP3 if I choose, and it's purely ready to go. We can finish talking, stop record, download it to the computer, and upload. And it really makes it really opens up the opportunity to do more without needing a team.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and I like that. Like, we always talk about being self-reliant and just being able to do pretty much everything on our own. Mm-hmm. Like, that was a huge thing that I didn't really realize in myself, but like, I love just being self-reliant, like being able to make my own clothing. Like, that's awesome. Like, I would love to have more time to do that, but currently I'm like, no, I don't want to.
Well, yeah, it's figuring out how we want to spend our time. Mm-hmm. And like with the documentaries and with movies and things, we could watch them. And I really enjoy documentaries and like podcast investigative series.
I have that thing in the back of my head, like, you only have so many hours on this planet. How are you going to want to spend it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Entertainment for me has taken a lower, like a backseat. Like, we do watch things. We're not like freaking just like teetotalers, like, no thanks. But yeah, that's definitely like, it's down the totem pole for me now.
Oh yeah. And fiction is very rare for us.
Oh yeah. Like, I'm not a big fiction fan. Neither are you. Especially for books. Oh my
God. But the right book that's fiction.
Oh yeah. Like,
it's great. I mean, just like movies and everything, finding the thing for you.
What was that one? April, May?
Oh, yeah. Hank Green, his book.
An Absolutely Remarkable Thing.
Yeah.
I loved that book. That and the follow-up, which I don't remember the name. A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor.
Good job. Yeah, titles are really hard to remember because they're sentences. Yeah. But yeah, really great series that he wrote.
Oh my God, those are awesome.
Yeah, and Hank Green.
Are there 3 or just 2?
No, just the 2.
Okay.
Yeah, and Hank Green is a YouTuber first. Before, I mean, he's one of the original YouTubers. I talked to Craig Benzine, Wheezy Waiter recently, and him and Hank Green, John Green, all these people sort of started at the same time in like 2006 or whenever YouTube started. And Hank Green is part of the Vlog Brothers, and his brother John Green now is actually more famous for writing A Fault in Our Stars and a bunch of other fiction books. Yeah. But they both are YouTubers first before any of this. Mm-hmm. But yeah, his book, I was really not surprised because Hank is very deliberate in how he does things, and he has SciShow, which is a science education platform and all this stuff. But it was really, really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But anyway, so sticking more with the nonfiction and figuring out how we want to allocate the limited time that we have.
Oh yeah.
So one of the things that really dawned on me after like talking to Jill, like for the Kidney Stone Diet podcast, it really sort of came home the power of YouTube. And like we're building like your platform, my platform, like Jill's, like Kidney Stone Diet, all these different things, because we connect with YouTubers so much more than I think a lot of us realize. Mm-hmm. And just this week, you went down the rabbit hole of a Disney tuber.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Super enthused.
I guess. I don't know the name.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I love her stuff. Like, my mom is a really big fan. She loves Disney YouTubers. And so she's like, you need to watch her stuff. Like, she makes me happy, and I think you'll like her. I was like, yeah, whatever, lady. But then, I started watching her stuff, and I was like, oh, I really like this. Mostly just because I really liked her videos on, it was tours of Disney World hotels, because I've stayed in all the Disneyland ones. Woohoo! Go me. But all the Disney World ones, I've like been to Disney World once because that was like really far away. And so she like did tours of all of the hotels, and I loved it because I was like, well, I don't think I'm ever going to really go to Disney World as much, like Disneyland for sure. So yeah, it was just fun. And like, I like her personality and everything, and she's just very like chill. So Yeah.
How quickly did you feel a connection to her as like the
like after
person?
the first video?
Isn't it crazy? Because she has her own like now television show, YouTube, but it's a reality show that she's created on her own that people become fans of.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's like the same with any influencer. Like you just have this feeling of like, oh, I could, if I was in that circle with that person, I could be friends with them or something, where it's that kind of idea of like, oh, I could see myself being friends with whoever. It's a psychological thing where we're replacing actual in-person human relationships with people on YouTube, I think, in a way. Because like I could definitely see myself doing that, where it's like, oh, like you're fun. I like watching you and everything. Because, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have many friends, so it's like, oh yeah, YouTube friends, that's fine.
Well, no, but you live vicariously through them as well. It comes back to the
yeah,
journey.
because I've been dying to travel. I'm like at the end of my rope practically, which I know you know. So yeah, like being able to watch Super Enthused, shout out. Being able to
Not
watch.
a sponsor, no.
I know. Yeah, she paid. She's like, give me this hot spot. She's like, I listened to 2 of your episodes, and I'm like, good, because that's all we have. Now 3. But yeah, watching her stuff, it felt like I was there with her.
Oh no, your battery is exhausted, it says.
Oh no.
Can you plug in your other battery and turn it back on?
Uh-oh.
I like that the screen actually says exhausted. It's like, I'm so sleepy.
Such a cute little battery.
That is the only thing about this camera.
Yeah, it does.
Is the battery life. But it's nice that you can just do the USB
that is
to keep
really
it going.
nice.
But yeah, so I'll keep this show going while you plug that in.
Okay.
But I was just thinking about, really how much of a, sorry, now I'm watching.
Creep.
Okay, let's see. Does it turn back on?
Yeah, it should.
Sweet.
And we're back.
Hopefully. Go.
Yep, we're back.
There we are. Okay, cool.
My bad. I should have paid attention to that.
I like how you're moving. You're like, I'm wired in. I don't want to pull anything off the table.
I don't want to bust my ears or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, just being able to travel vicariously through people is amazing, like through YouTube.
Yeah. So I think that YouTube is an opportunity that could pass people by.
Yeah.
Because there's so many YouTubers. There's so many.
Oh yeah.
But each one has their own little hook, their vertical. But one thing I wanted to talk about is, how do you feel about someone like her or someone like Craig, Wheezy Waiter? Do you feel like they've built something? Like essentially the vibe I get is like, I see that and I see them not, because I don't have any sort of fame, like illusions. I'm not like, oh, this person's famous. Mm-hmm. But I feel like they've built something real.
Yeah.
Do you have that vibe?
Well, yeah, like they're just genuine, authentic people. Like they're making genuine content. Like it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm doing this for the likes or for the clout or anything.
Oh no,
like
the battery went again.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Oh, is the little charger? Could that be drained?
No, it's full charge. What the fuck is happening? Hello? Dum-dum.
Yeah, maybe it just needs a minute or two to...
Just gonna do my other battery.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe it's overheated or something.
It still says battery exhausted, though. So it seems like it's just the battery.
I need an in-wall charger for this battery.
While we wait, I should play some music. We'll go back to our... Let's see, what's this one? This is our hold music. I can't tell you how much I really like this gear. It's crazy. So that's the thing, is gear not for gear's sake, which is easy to do, but gear because it makes what you're doing better. It makes your system work better. really helps you create more than you would otherwise.
I think that works.
Okay. And speaking of the right gear, now the camera's back. So, swapping out the battery and ready to go there. Yeah. So we were talking about how you feel like they've created something real.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about how you feel about one Amara Andrew on TikTok.
Yeah, what about me? What about me?
So you have like 12, 13,000 followers or something on there. Mm-hmm. Does that feel real?
No. Like, I feel like it was just a fluke, or there were a lot of bots on there, which there were a few because I recognized like one photo repeated a few times, but yeah, no, it's not.
So isn't that weird though? Because because you have...
because I am nobody.
But see, isn't that funny? That perception. It's so different when we look at our own stuff. Because like people have said to me like, oh, so you're a podcaster, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, really? Like, I don't know. I don't say really, but I'm like, it doesn't even I'm not a podcaster.
Well, yeah, it's that like imposter syndrome in a way where it's like, well, no, I'm not a blank. Like I'm a teacher and I don't think of myself as being a teacher. I'm a university teacher at that. And I like, no, I'm just telling people what I know and that's it.
But yeah, I feel like it's always going to feel like that.
Oh, forever.
And that's something that's really worth recognizing, because no matter what level someone's at, like fame and success can go to someone's head, but I don't think we'll ever see ourselves and what we're doing in the same way we see what others are doing.
No, like I'm always going to be like 5 steps below everybody, I think.
Yeah, in your mind at least.
Yeah, not as like a dig or anything, but just like I'm not going to see myself as being there ever, like in anything I do, no matter what. So, yeah, it's a funny mental hang up in a way, I guess.
Well, yeah, it just doesn't feel real.
No.
Like it's just like, oh, this is just something I do, which it might even be how we are wired, because a lot of people, when I was starting out, we built our sites in WordPress and all of these things and used all these tools, but I never identified as like a WordPress developer. That just wasn't me. That was WordPress, and websites are just the tool I used to build a business.
Yeah.
But a lot of people did. They found their identity in these spaces.
Well, and you're also a producer.
Oh yeah, that was funny when we were at that wedding, and then someone I hadn't seen in years was like, "Oh yeah, so and so told me that oh, you produce films now," and then I Googled you, and you do. That's weird. And then I looked. I was like, "Oh yeah, Google in the little identity
you have your little
bar
box.
Yeah, what do they call those? But yeah, essentially, like if you search for someone's name and Google has decided, they'll be like, "Oh, this person is known for these things,"
which is really cool.
It's interesting to say, film producer, because that's truly just one tiny thing of all the stuff we've done, but. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I'll never think like that. I'd love to produce another film or direct even or shoot like all this stuff.
We were talking about something the other day.
Yeah, you never know if we would.
Which I think that would be a fun project.
Yeah, which we could dive into that later once we think about it a little bit more.
Oh, yeah. Like, we need to think about that a lot more.
Yeah, because it's not a touchy subject, but it's an important subject.
Well, yeah, so it's a subject that needs to be handled carefully and cautiously and told well, because, it's like you said, an important subject for sure.
So with YouTube, staying front of mind is also something that I think is really, it becomes apparent because let's say Wheezy Waiter, Craig, he took 2 months off.
Yeah.
We were watching every single video, and then suddenly just 8 weeks away and we get behind on the new stuff because it falls out of our just front of mind content.
Well, and then like a month later, it's like, oh yeah, you remember that, waiter guy, what's his name? No. Well, but yeah, you just have that like, oh yeah, I wonder if he's posting anymore, which like that can lead to creator burnout though at the same token, because you have that in your brain and then it's like, I need to keep making stuff. I can't take a week off. And it's like everybody, like that is my problem with social media and YouTube and things like that, is that you should like almost be able to have PTO, like some paid time off where your ratings won't suffer if you go in like vacation mode or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
and I think
that would be a fun thing if they gave you like creator vacation mode where you could take like a week of time off or something.
Well, and I think a lot of it though is us. It's the human aspect of it, where like the viewers, because there's so many inputs now.
Oh, yeah.
That even if like algorithms were like, oh, you can go in vacation mode for up to 8 weeks and we won't impact your algorithm. Like that's one part for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels different. Like,
yeah. Well,
I
yeah,
feel like
as
from our perspective.
as the viewer for sure,
Mm-hmm.
it would be like, but then I wonder if there was that PTO, if your videos would still rank higher and show up in the recommended section,
Mm-hmm.
then I don't know. Like, I wonder how that would go exactly. Like, I don't know if it would still benefit the creator or if we would still feel like, oh, I want to watch you. I don't know. That's something that I've been thinking of, that I've been not worried about, but just thinking like, oh, fuck, if we go on vacation, I'm going to have to like constantly be making stuff where maybe I want to take a couple days off or something.
But as long as you want to, that is the big thing.
Yeah.
With regards to front of mind though, I found it interesting that someone like Logan Paul,
Mm-hmm.
he's doing a lot always.
Come back.
Yeah, and he's really.
Did you
really
see he
come
was
back.
on The Masked?
That's what I wanted to bring up. So he
Was
was on
that
The
real?
Masked Singer. Yeah.
I need to hear that.
Yeah,
I'm so curious.
But at the same time, he was on that show, and I saw something that I think he's going to be on a WWE wrestling event too.
Really?
Where, in my mind, I'm like, he doesn't need to do this.
Yeah.
Like, people know who he is. He has his fan base, but his brand is so big. But to keep it going and to continue growing, he does have to do things like that. So, like, no matter what level you're at, you still need to have that
just like
exposure.
Tom Segura doing DJing.
Uh-huh.
Like, that was like, wait, what the fuck are you doing? But I love that. Like, I love that he's just doing stuff. And, like, I would pay money to see him DJ. Like, I think that'd be so fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's easy. Like, we can fall into the trap of thinking, I'll do one thing.
Yeah.
This is what I do. This is my lane. It will all figure itself out, which I think it does figure itself out as long as we are continuing to give the inputs.
Yeah.
So, like, we're taking actions, whether it's trying to get in front of a new audience or just creating another video or sharing another part of this journey in a way that we either haven't already or maybe even we have 50 times, but this one time for some reason resonated with people differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting thing to figure out.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we will wrap right around here. I just wanted to ask one question because I have been thinking about podcasting a lot more this week.
Okay.
Do you have any interest in producing for a podcast? I can explain if you need.
Yes, please.
So you know how I do my show.
Yeah.
Like it's like this, except you would be a computer and I'm talking to.
Hello, welcome, Mr. Sarris.
But yeah, I'm essentially producing it live on the Roadcaster.
Okay.
So the Kidney Stone Diet is sort of like a white labeled version. It does have our brand on it and this and that, but it's a podcast for a different platform that isn't Spire or Built. But we are a part of that. But I was thinking of offering that maybe to some of the other people who we work with consistently who could benefit from having a podcast, because like the Kidney Stone Diet, that podcast has really taken off. We're getting a lot of listens. We're getting a bunch of views on YouTube.
Amazing.
And like everything, it's only been since September and we are 30-something episodes in, one every week. And the growth is consistent.
Yeah.
And we don't monetize the podcast, but it is definitely having a positive impact on the email list, the sales on the platform, like all these things. So I was thinking about...
because like you and Jill, like you just have like a fun chemistry. I don't know. I love it. I love listening.
Well, thanks. And I think it's something that on her own she wouldn't be doing. Yeah. So I was thinking of maybe approaching a couple of the other people we work with and just say, okay, this is how I think it could benefit you. Would you be interested in this?
Yeah.
But first, I was thinking, like, again, time. I'm limited on my time. I've streamlined. I can do these 2 shows.
Oh, yeah. You do a shit ton.
Well, yeah. And these 2 shows, this is, again, just like this is my side hustle, is the podcasting. And then everything else I do is the actual, like, minute for money kind of trade-off. But I was thinking that could be an opportunity if you were interested, because I think it can really help people. Like some of the, I don't want to name names or anything because I'd want to like run it by them and see if they were interested. But I think having the platform and a done-for-you solution where essentially you would become me in the kidney stone diet version.
Oh, I'd have so much fun with Jill.
So, well, I'm not saying for kidney stone diet specifically. I just mean for any of them. But do you have any interest in doing something like that?
Yeah, for sure. I'm willing to try anything twice.
Okie dokie. But yeah, I just thought it was something we could consider because also...
So, when you say me being you in the kidney stone diet, but not that. So so wait, carry the one. Yeah. So I would be essentially a facilitator of a podcast and like.
So you would be producing. So I could see different tiers. So this is literally.
Different tiers? Oh no, I don't want to cry.
But literally figuring this out like in public, which is something we don't normally do. But this is why I didn't bring it up earlier because I thought we were talking about it on the show.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah. So what I do with Jill, I'm the host and fellow student is the way I frame it. So that works really well. So we can still have the multi-camera setup. I can be doing the things, but guiding the conversation, barely guiding the conversation, just doing the production side, playing the question, the voicemail that we have from a listener and all these different things. And then it's the complete package. I package up the audio with the video, publish to YouTube, do all of these things. But for Jill, she just needs to be there for the however long we're spending recording. And then they're dripped out every week.
I gotcha.
So that's the producer side. That's like a producer host.
Yeah.
But you can also be purely producer where you're running the board, you're there with the person over Zoom, and you're doing the recording, you're doing that, you're doing the like turning on putting the music, adjusting levels, doing the things where maybe you're not in the show, but you're producing it for them. So again, it's a turnkey solution.
Yeah, the technical aspects.
Yeah, technical, but really like technical, but you're running the board.
Okay.
You're adjusting levels, you're listening to the whole thing, you're maybe nudging them along based on your artistic vision for how it would be.
Yeah. I mean, I could try it. Like I don't know as much as you do, so I'd have to be like, "Hey,
I don't know anything.
Give me the 411." Sure you do.
But you know what I mean? Like I just started doing this. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I am not, but I'm not a podcaster.
You have a grand vision, man.
But like we just know how to do things. We just figure it out.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that. If it's something you're interested in, because we're working on your side hustle and how would you be bringing in money? So you have your Etsy shop, you have the different services and things on your site. But I was thinking this would benefit like us as Spire because our clients, like the people that potentially might want it, could have this benefit for them, which would then bring in some money, which then potentially like you would be like a contractor doing that.
Yeah, for sure. I'll try it.
Yeah, it's something to consider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be down.
Yeah, so, I mean, if anyone's listening and you are interested in a service like that, like a turnkey podcast solution,
I mean,
just
yes,
like
I
this,
can do it.
But if you are interested, definitely reach out.
I can figure it out.
Yeah, you can tweet to either of us. I'm at Jeff Sarris, you're at Amara Andrew, or you can go to built.co, and that's bylt.co, and you can send a message there. Sending you a message. I knew you were going to laugh at that. But yeah, and let us know if that's something you're interested in.
That mafia fugitive making pasta on YouTube.
Yeah. But yeah, if you, like you, Amara, if you are interested in doing that, I think...
Hit me up.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential there because really, like, podcasting is still new.
Well, yeah, and I like the curation of things, so I like curating and making things, like... Similar to you, I can see where something needs improvement and how to bring it there. So, sure, what the hell? I'll try it.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about that a little more and see.
We're going to talk about this over dinner.
Yeah. But I think it's just one more potential side hustle for you that with time.
Well, yeah, and maybe I'll love it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And
it is funny because whenever there's that new thing, I do get a little scared with stuff, just to be very honest. Like even with teaching, I was like, I can't do that. Like I'm an idiot. I don't know anything. And then it's like, oh, I actually really enjoyed that. So
sure.
Like that's the fun and scary part of new stuff is, yeah, I don't know. You just have to be like, fuck yeah, I'll try it. Why not? And then if it sucks, never do it again. Like you learned.
Or if you're not up to your standards, you develop your skills to meet the standards. I mean, it's like Ira Glass from This American Life. He's like, you start out and your taste is really high, but your skill or ability is very low. So you're always, excuse me, you're always hunting for that match to try to get your taste and your abilities to come closer in line. But it's just forever a battle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, forever. But one day you'll get there.
Definitely. So I think that's a good spot for us to wrap this week. We did, over an hour. I don't have
Thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, because I have the mic right here, I don't even see the time on the board. But yes,
my
thanks
butt's
for sticking
numb.
around.
No.
Thanks for sticking around this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you did, be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen right now, and check out the YouTube version. It is youtube.com, and I was going to say youtube.com/Amara Andrew, maybe? Or at least if you Google.
No, I don't have a URL yet.
Yeah, you're still new.
Yeah, I'm a noob.
So if you go to amara.me/YouTube, that'll direct you right to her channel where you can find these videos. And if you subscribe and hit the bell, that helps the algorithm.
Hit the bell.
And a little thumbs up if you like
Not
the video.
At Federales.
But yeah, I think that'll do it for this week.
Yeah.
So again, I'm Jeff Sarris.
And I'm Amara Andrew.
And we will see you next time.